It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, it's the Commanders' reigning league MVP. He's riding high after last week, over 250 yards on the ground. It's the Commanders and the Packers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. The numbers for Mixon last week: 14 carries, 58 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. McClain got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. K.J. Hamler, touchdown, Packers.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice fast start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was all polished off on the touchdown reception by K.J. Hamler. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they'll be let out by their third-year quarterback.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. He was locked in last week, NFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 2.
Clear some space in the trophy room. He won it last week. He's thinking he's going to get a few more before this season is over, maybe even starting with this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total scary. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bush. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Robinson up the middle. Flexing his muscle again. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run again here with Robin. And the ball is knocked out, and the Packers pick it up.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, McClain, open man Hamler, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Mixing up the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. first down. McLean. And incomplete on the deep ball. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. McLean. Escaping the pressure right.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. McLean.
This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll look to throw again. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Chase Young
in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. McLean. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drills, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
This defense for the Commanders, it's very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young.
Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board. Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line. It's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Robinson with another carry.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
A give left side to Robinson.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Now the Packers get set to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And some space here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Throwing on 1st down. McClain.
Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Running left, it's Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2. McClain. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McLean. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. So an 8-play drive gets him down there, but play number 9, that winds up a missed field goal.
And they definitely moved the ball well. That's a drive where you hate to come away with nothing.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. To throw on 3rd down. Bush. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee. And that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Packers now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They begin with a run by Mixon. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Again, it's Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Bush. Flush to his right.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
A handoff to Mixon, and he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a give to Mixon, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 36. Oh, nice move.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bush. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. McClain. Quick hitter here. It's complete. To throw on 2nd down. McClain.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Back to throw. McClain. The loop under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Washington ready to try again on offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 113 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Robinson up the middle to about the 26 here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking to throw. Bush. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Packers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. McLean, he's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in, complete. 20. Touchdown, Packers. Deontay Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw them downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
No problem there on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Back to throw again. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And this one is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. Justin Jefferson, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Ken Walker with a touchdown run. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they've had their way running the football, well over 100 yards already as a team, with 2 more quarters still to come. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they didn't have quite the same kind of success running the football, but still, not bad for one half of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
He's to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
143 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll run again here with Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 14, first down Commanders.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bush escaping the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Bush
fighting Hilton on the slant.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down. Bush. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. To throw on second down. McLean got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll bring out 4 receivers, 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Bush caught left side by Hilton.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Down inside the 40. 2nd and 7. Robinson with another carry.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers 32.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Robinson on a give right side. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Bush. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Bush. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
And his kick here is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. And look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the post.
Take a look at Deontay Johnson as this offense runs back out.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 3rd down, McClain.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Bush. Wide open receiver complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Again, it's Robinson. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down. Bush. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time, they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did.
Okay.
It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense.
He's looking sharp here so far in the third quarter, Charles.
It appears that the halftime gave him a little bounce. You know, came out, springing his legs, a little pep in his step, and he's taking off and running really well in the third quarter.
Sometimes we talk about how guys don't want halftime to come. Some guys, they're happy when that break gets there.
You never know which way it's going to go. He's taking advantage of it in this one, though.
They run. Robinson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. On third down, Bush. And this is caught by Watkins. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's second down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. To throw on third down, McLean. And that is incomplete. On now is the Packers punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Look at the spin. And again the footwork. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. So here is Washington now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. look to throw. Bush toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. They'll run again here with Robinson.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Operating from the gun. Bush. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Divine Diablo.
Past the 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
They'll look to throw. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense, everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
Robinson up the middle.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the gun on 3rd down, Bush. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
Yeah, this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down and an exhale there as they convert on 4th.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Robinson diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Point after here coming up. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. McClain. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for Deontay Johnson. Incomplete. It's now 3rd down.
On 3rd down, McClain. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. And the Washington offense heading out. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Looking to throw on second down. Bush.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
If they get nothing else here on third down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. Back to throw. Bush.
Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
Extra point forthcoming. And they will take a 7-point lead now. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Joe Mixon, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 20-yard line. 1-yard gain.
To throw on second down, McClain.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Got a man complete. It's Hamler.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now a play fake here on first down.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They got 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator is going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McClain.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Back to throw. McClain.
He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Miller. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Back to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. With his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Extra point attempt to follow here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked us. But
this is caught inside the 15.
And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
A huge play there for Washington. 65 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
They'll run with Robinson.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Robinson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is indeed good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So the Packers down by a field goal, and time a huge factor. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. He's back to throw.
Connecting with Johnson.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And quickly another first down, but tackled inbounds.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Washington,
it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.